If you're working with external subcontractors, then you may need to give them temporary access to your account for the duration of the project so that they can create reports in your style using your templates. Now, it's easy enough to invite a subcontractor, but there are some considerations you may want to make around permissions. So generally speaking, when you're inviting a subcontractor, you probably just want to give them mobile access, and this means they can only see the jobs you've assigned to them. It's unlikely that you're going to want to give them dashboard access, because then they're going to be able to see every job within the system. But if that is the case, you can, of course, do that. Like I say though, most people when working with subcontractors just give them mobile access so they can control exactly which jobs they see. To invite a subcontractor, head over to the users page. You can see I'm already in the users page now. Now you're only going to have this users option on the dashboard if you are an administrator. If you're not an administrator, you're going to have to ask an administrator in your team to do this for you, or give you admin access if that's appropriate. From the users page, you can add a new user. Tap this button here to open up the add users page. This is where you're going to invite your subcontractor. Type in their name. Next, type in their email address. Like so. Now I just want to point out here that if they already have an account with us and they're using it for their own company, it's a good idea to invite them with the same email address they use for their other account. So I would go ahead and ask that question. The reason I'm saying this is that if you have two accounts linked to the same email address, it's very easy to switch between the two. So your subcontractor could easily switch between doing work for themselves and doing work for you without having to log out and back in again, potentially with a different password. So invite them with the email address they already use if they already have an account with us, and that's going to make things a lot easier for them. Next is you can optionally put a profile picture in if you like, and then we need to assign some permissions. Like I say, most people would simply tick mobile access and that's it. This means that only jobs that have been assigned to them are going to be visible on the mobile app, and they're not going to have access to the dashboard, so they won't be able to see your full list of jobs. Once you hit save, this user will get an email address inviting them to log in to your company. If they already have an account, then they will be able to select the company when they register, and they can choose to jump into whichever one they please. So what about when the project ends? Okay, let's look at one of these existing users and imagine that they're our subcontractor and the project has now finished. By opening up this record, we can see the current permissions that this user has. So let's imagine they just had mobile access. All we would do is untick the mobile checkbox and hit save. Now they would no longer be able to see anything within the system. Clearly Mark has a bit more than that, so we'd also have to untick these other permissions and hit save in order to restrict Mark's access completely. So this is the first option. You can just take the permissions off somebody when their project is finished. Alternatively, you can also block users by tapping this button in the top right hand corner. We have a separate article on blocking users, so I encourage you to go check that out, but just make sure that any unsynced data has synced first before you block them, because that could potentially be lost if you don't. So make sure, like I say, any unsynced data from their device has been synced first before you go ahead and block them. Now, in order to do any of this, in order to invite someone as a subcontractor and give them mobile access, we do need to make sure that we have sufficient licenses available. You can see here from my dashboard that I actually have 11 of 11 mobile licenses used, so I don't have a spare license to give to somebody else. The only way I could do that would be to go into one of these existing users, untick their mobile access, save this user, and then go into the new subcontractor and assign them that mobile license. So if I was to take this user's mobile license away, that frees up an extra license, and then I can move it to somebody else. Alternatively, if that's not practical, maybe both of these people need to be on the site at the same time, then you're going to need to go to the billing page and increase your license count. You can do that again from the dashboard. Assuming you have admin access, you can click through to here and increase your license count accordingly. Once you've done that, head back over to the users page, and then you'll have a free license now to allocate. Lastly, I just want to mention one more thing. And that's the way that the licenses work. So if you increase your license count, maybe partway through the month, you'll pay a prorated amount for the rest of the month. And then the next time your billing subscription rolls around, you're paying for that extra license every month. Just make sure that you do go into the billing page and drop your license count back down when you no longer need it. So for example, if the subcontractor is only working with you for half a month, make sure at the end of that half a month, you go into their account, take their license away, then go to the billing page and drop your license count back down, because you don't want to be overpaying for your licenses. So I hope this has been a helpful guide on subcontractors and working with them. The main thing is just to remember to restrict the permissions and also drop your license counts back down when you no longer need them.